40, 41, 42. Play that on now.
Okay, introducing the Brodys team. They've come all the way from a multitude of places, Bristol and a few local boys. So playing at Loosehead Prop, we've got Jumbo Jones. He used to be fat, but he has a Quinn tattoos on his bottom or his rear end. A hooker, we've got Bradley Foxon, a skinny man in a fat body. At 3, so tight head, we've got Gary Britt. He's also known as the Iron Man. At 4, playing at lock, we've got James Alway, combining with Daniel Northcott, who's played for a multitude of clubs. He never seems to settle down, this guy. Playing at 6 is Daniel Pearce, very angry small man, this guy. We got Archie Britt. He's joined us late. We'll see if he can last 18 minutes on the pitch. Harley Pearce is the biggest head, and he's playing at 8 today. So Ross Inkley playing at 9. Jack Sopper playing at 10. Has an amazing boot from what I hear. Atlantis Tuminous is playing on the one wing, and in the centre we've got a combination of Lee Pearn and Duncan Adams, Forest boy. Currently playing at Ligney, but he also played at Bream, so it's going to be an interesting and fascinating challenge there with Elliot Teague, who's playing for the Bogtrotters at 13. Zach Hancock is playing out of position at 14. He usually plays on the back row, so it's going to be interesting to see if he gets some grief today playing on the wing. And at 15 we've got Dylan Pearce, who's a bit of a ladies' man, I hear, but Love Strictly Comes Dancing. That is your Brodys team for today. Hello and welcome to Sinford Rugby Club. For what should be a great game of rugby here today, we've got two local sides that are going to battle it out for a huge cup. We've got Brodys Trust, and I'll talk a little bit about what Brodys Trust is about in a minute. So a team that's been made up by Chris, who's playing today, is a local Forest boy, has gathered a team from all over the Forest and some players from Bristol, and they're going to be playing one of my favourite teams, the Bogtrotters today, led by Aaron and Neil Morgan. So it's all to do with Brodys Trust today. All the proceeds from Brodys Trust are going into what is a sensory room in Lidbrook. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what a sensory room is. The players are just going to be coming onto the pitch in a minute to a guard of honour there. But today is all about in memory of Brodie, who was a young lad with complex needs and special education needs, and kind of what his family have done in his legacy is they created a space for people to go to in Lidbrook. I've worked for the last 30 or 40 years with people that have a learning disability or special educational needs. They have lots of, when they're young, some people have really great difficulties. They have to have operations that can be challenging, and for families it's a really tough time. And to balance all of those tough times, I guess as a family you just seek periods of joy and happiness, and that's what sensory rooms can do. And what Brodys Trust have tried to do is create an environment in Lidbrook where family can go. They don't have to pay tons of money like they do in other environments. They can go there, relax as a family, and the youngsters that can attend there, they can enjoy having their sensory needs met by looking at all the things. And I'm going to leave it there. Here come the Forest Bogtrotters to begin with, coming out onto the pitch, led by their captain, Neil Morgan. I'll go through the teams in a minute. So that's the Bogtrotters that are there ready now. A good, strong, solid slide. I'll go through them one by one. So playing at loosehead prop, we have Dean Jelf from Drybrook. Playing at hooker, we've got Lewis from Berry Hill. At tight head, we have Phil Woodman from Newents. At 4 from Cinderford, Duff, so John Duffin. Neil Morgan's captain in the side. I'll just go through those a little bit more. We're just seeing the Brodys Trust team coming out there. So we're going to be getting ready. But going back to the Bogtrotters tried. At 6, playing on the back row, we have Rob Klein, who's from Ross. 7 is Gavin Oates from Ross also. At number 8, playing slightly out of position, but he could play anywhere on the back row, is one of my favourite players, Richard Hobbs. One to watch out for. Is currently in his 40s, still turning out most weeks for Berry Hill, an absolute stalwart of the game, Rich Hobbs. Going to the backs now for the Bogtrotters tried. We've got Liam Brady, one of my fellow players at Bream. You've got Andy Milner, what a class player that is, playing at 10. You've got in the centre, you've got Aaron Ryder, who is vice captain and helps to do a lot with the Bogtrotters. And at 13, I'm really excited to see Elliot Teague today, Big E, to most of his mates, again plays for Bream. Been playing a lot on the back row this year, but from what I'm seeing, he's playing in the centre today, and he's got a lovely matchup with a guy called Duncan Adams, who we'll talk about in a minute. And playing at 15 for Drybrook, we got Tom T. Hearn. So a really good, solid Bogtrotter side there. So moving on to Brodys Trust that you can see now on the pitch, we've got at loosehead prop, we've got Jimbo Jones. At hooker, we've got Bradley Foxham. He's a bit of a skinny man in a fat man's body, from what I've been told. At number 3, so tight head, we have Gary Britt. And in the second row, we have James Aywood and Daniel Northcote. And on the back row, you've got Daniel Pearce, Archie Britt, and Harvey Pearce. So a family affair there. Moving on to the backs.
You've got Ross Hickory, who's a bit of a rugby personality. You've got Jack Sopper, he's the back line king. Expect to see a lot from him. On the wings, you've got Atlantis Timonis and Zach Hancock playing out of position. Normally plays at the back row for Lydney these days. In the centre, you've got Lee Pern. He's been an old man since he was 16 years old. He'll look really old there. In the centre, we've mentioned Duncan Adams. I'm really fascinated by that matchup against Biggie. Those two have played for with each other for years at Bream, and it'll be really interesting to see how they go from side to side. Dylan Pierce is at the back. He's a bit of a ladies' man from what I hear. So that's your two sides. What I'll try and do is introduce subs when they come on. We've got Chris, who's our referee. Had a good chat with him earlier. He wants to keep the game open. He wants to make this a fun day, and he's going to let play go as much as he can. He said he'll be disappointed if there are more than 10 penalties to go. So that's the two sides, and we're off. So Brodys Trust are kicking from right to left. Not a very deep pitch there. We're here at Cinderford if you do want to pop by. Oh, that's the first knock on the game. He's let that go, the referee, trying to keep play going. I think, yeah, Brodys Trust have turned the ball over there, deep in the Bogtrotters half here now. And here's the first action here from Duncan Adams. He's a big boy, this fella. He's got it out to the Brodys Trust scrum half. Building a nice, lovely bit of pressure here now. Be interesting to see. Oh, there's the first line break of the day. And there we are. First try of the day from number 12, which is Lee Pern. So quick scores off the mark there. I was going to sort some music out here, but it's just me on my own. And there's also there a penalty was given, a conversion was taken pretty much straight away. So to begin with, after just a few minutes, Brodys Trust 7-0 in front. I have to say, when I went into the changing rooms earlier on, Brodys Trust team, they were really anxious about playing today. I think a lot of them had their club dinners yesterday, so a few hangovers. A few old boys in the team, but they've made a lovely start there. So that's the beginning of the game. Let's see if Bogtrotters can respond quickly. Again, play being played on. There was a bit of a knock on there, but we're letting the game flow. Don't want to see too many scrums. I have to say, this Brodys Trust team, they're not hanging around. They're trying to move the ball around. And capitalise on all of those hangovers that people have. There we go. See the first penalty there. Hopefully they're going to either tap and go or kick to the side. I'm hoping that we don't see many shots at goal today. Ooh, two bad errors there. Didn't go out, and it was knocked on by Bogtrotters Hayden. Brodys Trust have retrained the ball again. I think Chris is playing advantage there. Yeah, advantage for the knock-on. Chris is being supported today by Grant and Simon as his assistants. But it looks like we're going to see the first scrum of the day. Be interesting to see kind of how this goes as we move forward. Two big heavy packs there. Interesting to see kind of how they move forward and whether they can get any grip on that ground there. Straight back to number 8 there. Really good strong platform. Here is that 12 again. Lee Pern's having a really good beginning of the game here. Playing advantage at the moment. I'm not sure what Hobbs is doing there, but yeah, renewed advantage. Ooh, wasted opportunity there. Pass went slightly astray there. That's what happens when you play back rows on the wing. Hoping to see a quick tap and go here. Oh, stop just before the short of the line. But they've been able to recycle the ball. Another penalty. I think by the look of it, the Bogtrotters side are going to need to wake up. It's been all Brodys trust so far. All one-way traffic. Going to be interesting to see if they can turn this around. You know, there's a pretty solid back row there. Gavin and Hobbsy are ready for the ball. Here comes the hooker from Brodys Trust. Recycled the ball. Out to Daniel Pierce. Not quite over the line, 5 metres out. Recycling the ball again. Scrum half got nabbed there a little bit. They've still got the ball though, Brodys Trust. Still able to play it, still moving forward. Ooh, ran into play there. Could have done with shipping it out wide, but they're determined. Oh, tries given. Let me have a look at who that was. I think that was number 4, James Elwood. But yeah, a try scored right under the sticks. As I said, it's all one-way traffic at the moment. What are the Bogtrotters going to do? They're taking on some water now. It looks like it needs to change slightly. They're not looking phased though, the Bogtrotters. Family affair, so Dylan Pierce is taking the conversion and he's successful. So that's bumped it up to 14-0 to Brodys Trust. A really cracking start from Brodys Trust. Hopefully we see a bit more action from the Bogtrotters side, but a really good, strong, solid start by Brodys Trust team. I'm sure Brody would be smiling at that. Hopefully we'll get some music on later, but yeah, it's one-way traffic at the moment. Dylan taking the conversion there. I hear he's a bit of a Strictly Comes Dancing fan, but he's 2 from 2 from the ground so far. So let's hope he can keep that up. That was Daniel Northcott with a really solid take there. I'm really loving the organisation of this Brodys Trust side. They're playing it, in my opinion, at the right pace. Out to Duncan Adams. Oof. An awful kick there. And a knock on to compound matters even more. Let's hope we see a bit of action now from the Bogtrotters. This is the first bit of real ball they've had. Interesting referee decision now. He's gone for the knock on, so it's a scrum for the Bogtrotters. So let's see what this Bogtrotters pack can do. Let's hope that they can move it forward and ship the ball out. Nice solid set there. Brady's going to feed the ball in a second. Oof, did it get much past the hooker there, but it's out now. All bit of a mistake there, but it's gone backwards. Liam's in all sorts of bother there, but he's managed to lovely offload out the back door. Cracking kick that. Oh, I've got to applaud that. An absolutely amazing kick. And he's given us a 50-22. What a stunning kick that was. I thought Bogtrotters were in all sorts of heaps of trouble there, but Brady managed to keep his cool and kind of just slow things down. And the Bogtrotters have now got another opportunity. They're in Brodys Trust 22 now. Let's see if they can even the scores up a little bit and move things forward. So Ben Lewis throwing in. He's an ex-under-20s England international. Good solid take. I think Hobbs has got his hands on the ball there at number 8. This is only going one way. Those legs are only going to go one way. He stopped slightly before the line, but Bogtrotters have still got the ball. Strong carry there by the captain, Morgs. Liam's got it out quick. I think, oh, there's Biggie. Biggie against Duncan. It's what we wanted to see, but Brodys Trust almost turned it over. This should be a try now in the corner. Hayden Robbins. He's actually scored. I have spent years and years giving Hayden Robbins there, who's just scored, rub down. He loves deep heat, that boy. He can't get enough of it. We sort of spend loads on taping him up, but to be fair to him, hasn't played a lot this season for Lydney. An easy one to finish off there in the corner, but that's levelled the scores up a fraction. Let's see if they can also convert. So Milner is hopefully going to bring it up to just make it a 7-point gap, but it's good that we've got a good game on our hands and that it's equal on both sides and it's not all one-way traffic, which is what it looked like in the first 5 to 10 minutes. Not the best conversion there by Milner. I've seen him kick quite a lot for Drybrook. There's no wind at the pitch today, but it was pretty wide out. I don't think the camera angle shows how big this pitch is at Cinderford. But it's 14-5 to the Brodys Trust team. And it's moving forward nicely. So now that I've settled down, this is the first time I've ever commentated on a rugby match. I hope you're enjoying it. Hopefully we're bringing you the action here and you can keep up with play. Another mistake there from Brodys Trust, from the Bogtrotters side. Chris has spotted that one. There was a bit of argy-bargy there. The two forward packs just eyeing each another up at the moment. And of course, Obsy's in the middle of it. But Gavin Oates there, you can see walking towards us, who's playing on the flank today. What a player. He's talking to him earlier. He hasn't played too much rugby this year, but I can remember playing with him as a centre, and you'd kind of be in a breakdown elsewhere on the pitch, move around, and you were running away, and he'd suddenly come in from the side and tackle you. Fitness levels, and I'm pretty sure he's still got it there, but it's there. A good solid scrum there. Out to scrum off, and it's Duncan Adams again, but that was given as a forward pass there. So a bit of a chance for the Bogtrotters to redeem themselves. I think there might be a little bit of back chat here. Chris said he wanted the game to flow, but I'm sure he's not going to let players talk to him in the way that they were there. But settle down now, and we're up for another scrum. Interesting fact about Gary Britt, who's the tight head on the Brodys Trust side, he's an Iron Man, so does all that distance running, which is pretty amazing for a prop. Hooked back there by Bogtrotters, pretty stable scrum. Out to Milner, out to the centre, Biggie there. Here's Aaron Ryder, sweet pass to the wing. Let's see if he's got some space to wing on this side. What a hit that was! What an absolute hit by Duncan Pearce there. But Bogtrotters have still got the ball, God knows how. Moving forward, recycling back to Brady. Again back to Brady. That was almost a bit Leinster-like there with a bit of a loop thing going on. Brady still got the ball. Some shoddy tackling there by Brodys Trust. Chris is letting play move on. I think he's playing advantage there. Out to Biggie again. Lovely offload there. Could Aidan Robbins be the second of the day? It looks like he's going to be. Is he going to score closer to the post to give his 10 a bit of a chance? And there's another try for the Bogtrotters. So even in the score up yet again. So current score is 10 points to 14. Hopefully Andy's going to be a bit more accurate with the conversion this time. I don't know what his stats are for Drybrook, but, you know, I've been knocked out of many combination cup game by this fellow with his kick in. Usually such a sweet kicker of the ball, so I'd be surprised if he misses 2 in a row, but we'll see what happens now. Commentators probably jinxed him, but let's see if Andy can knock this one over. Referees' flags are up in the air, so it's 14 points to 12 and back to a 2-point game. Nice to see the Bogtrotters side trying to run the ball wide there. Some sweet passing and moving from side to side on what is a big pitch. Let's see if Brodys Trust can respond. Back to Morgan, and there goes Hobbsy. Takes some stopping, that boy. Back to Brady again. I was about to say it looks like Bogtrotters are getting into their rhythm. I think Rob Klein's going to be drinking a pint in the bar for that drop later on this afternoon. It wasn't the worst pass I've seen. It looked like it should have gone to hand. Great coach, Rob. It was lovely to work with him earlier on in the year. Taught me a lot in my coaching career, and it's nice to see him get the boots on and play a proper game there moving forward. So Brodys Trust scrum, just outside the 22. That wasn't the straightest ball I've ever seen. Oh, picked up by 8. Bit of a loop. That looked like a pretty planned move, considering these guys don't play together on a weekly basis. I know there's a lot of Bristol Harlequin socks out there. Those are the blue, white and black socks if you don't know the Bristol Harlequins team. But looks like he took that a little bit too far, or was penalised for holding on. Great piece of play there, as again by Ben Lewis, showing some of his class. The opportunity for Milner to ease some of that pressure. Oh, he went to kick long, but I think that was a bit of a knock on there. Bad mistake that by the young Brodys Trust winger. Kind of let Milner off the hook there. He hadn't found touch, but it's going to be a scrum to Bogtrotters somewhere halfway between the 10-metre line and the 22. You can tell the old boys are tiring here. It's taking them a while to get to the scrum, but they're there now. Let's see if Bogtrotters can make the most of this position and really, for the first time in the match, go ahead in the game. Good solid scrum by both sides. I don't think either side has got an advantage in the scrum. Sweet pass there was by Aaron, but it was knocked forward. Referee Chris just playing advantage, but there doesn't appear to be any. So we're settling back down into a scrum. And the game's beginning to ebb and flow now into a reasonable pattern and giving me chance to get my breath back. As I said, if you do get chance, Brodys Trust is an amazing charity. Just make sure that if you're not able to make it here today, that you just are able to give that charity. I'm just being joined by Mr. Hallford. No worries. Somebody's just giving me a hand. So Rich is our club chairman from Bream, just giving me a hand with the scoreboard here while I'm just waiting for one of my friends. So it's a scrum to Brodys Trust, just outside the 10-metre line. Ooh, nearly intercepted there by Ryder. That was so close. Playing advantage now for Brodys Trust. Just sorting some technical stuff here in the box that I'm in. I wanted to be outside watching this, but in a little dark room somewhere in the depths of Cinderford without a point. This is not good. But penalty advantage to Brodys Trust. Didn't see what that was for. I think Chris has just outlined for not rolling away. So that's taken play down to the Bogtrotters 22. Brodys Trust. It's going to be interesting to see the line out here. We've only had a few line outs. Let's see if Brodys Trust can make the most of this play. Bit slow getting to the line out here. I'm guessing that's a little bit of communication on what they're doing. Big beast of a man there, James Elwood playing 4. But it's gone straight to the front of the line out to Archie Britt, who's playing 7. but it looks like he's knocked it forward. Advantage being played. The Bogtrotters, they've been able to pick that up just inside their 22. Moving forward now, teams are there. I'm now joined by Dougie Lewis, my captain of long ago, at this interesting stage here. Bogtrotters are going to take this quickly. Brodys off. Interesting pass there. That was a little bit of a high tackle. Chris has letting that one go. I wouldn't have, but he does want to let play flow today. Out to Ryder. Looked a little bit in two options there, but he still made ground. Again, tons of high tackles here. He's still going. Aaron, just outside the halfway. So a pretty good recovery there from the Bogtrotters. Milner's breaking gaps. There's a few of these Brodys Trust tackles being missing there. What a great bump that was by Rob Klein, showing that he still got it, the old fella. Penalty advantage. That's Jelf moving forward. Still playing for Drybrook Ones these days, Dean Jelf. Drafted in. They seem to be really struggling for props at Drybrook the last few years. So Jelf is back in that role that he did many years ago. Oh, I thought that was going to be a run through there, but a forward pass. Little bit rusty there by the timing from Duffy. Is there about. I'm just going to say hello to me mate here, Dougie Lewis, who's just joined me in here, giving me a hand. I'm going to kill Zach Peacey when I see him.
A very small hand.
He's going to help me with the scoreboards, which is there, so it's just those. And hopefully at half time he's going to get me a point, because I'm absolutely famished here. I do hope that is Milner that's going to the sideline there and not the posts. I think it is. Typical Barbars rugby style here, and that's gone out there. We're all good. So an opportunity, as we said just now, for Bogtrotters to take the lead. They well and truly come back into this game. It was all one-way traffic in the first 5 minutes, but very equal game here now. With Brodys Trust slipping off a few tackles there, I'd say. But let's see what Bogtrotters can do from here. So caught in the line out with a driving forward. Oh, it was dropped, but didn't go back, or did it? Yes, Chris has seen that. Really weird for me watching this game from the sideline to see Zach Hancock, who's meant to be playing on the wing there. I don't think he could help himself, but getting involved there, coming in off the wing. Usually plays on the back row for Lydney and previously Bream. But chance here now for Brodys Trust to clear their lines. Hopefully they'll be able to do that. Pretty solid scrums from both sides, so I can't see any team winning a ball against the head, but let's see what happens. Ooh, stronger scrummage from Bogtrotters that time. Breaking out from 8 there. That's Harley Pierce. Good clearance. Is that going to go all the way out? It does. A really good clearance there, so Bogtrotters. They've only got as far as the 22, but I think that was Milner asking for it to be looked at from the touchline referee. And my comment, even though I'm not one, was that was out. I don't think it was passed back in. I'm agreeing with the linesman Grant, and if I was mic'd up to him, I'd be telling him that. But I think there's nothing to worry about there. Back to the Bogtrotters. Gavin Oates there. Down to Brady. Down to Milner. And Hobbsy. Ooh, ripped the ball there. Did Brodys Trust. Strong carry. Hobbsy's not going to be happy with that. Like taking candy off a baby, that one. Oh, nearly away there. The Brodys Trust side, but knocked on. You can tell after this initial 20 minutes of excitement that the game's starting to get a little bit slower. We're seeing a few mistakes come in, but all interesting. That last scrum wasn't as stable as other ones have been, so it'll be interesting to see if the Bogtrotters challenge this one again. See where they go. So in by Ross Hickory, Again, that scrimmage didn't look that stable to me. Not the best pass out in the world. But cleared his lines. Well taken there at the back. Some decent... Oh, I thought it was going to be some decent clean ball, but... Oh, he's let that play on. Brady at the centre for everything at the Bogtrotters, as you expect at fly half, but really looking fit compared to a lot of the older guys out there, which is an odd thing for me to say about Liam. Lost a bit of weight this year. The boys are still taking the mick, but not as much weight as Duncan Adams, who's playing there over the ball now. By all accounts, he's lost 22 kgs in the last month, so he's looking a little bit trimmer, but I'm not seeing it myself. Penalty there for the Bogtrotters. Liam was looking to go quickly, but has decided better of it. Passed it back to Milner, who's hopefully going to get some good purchase on this and take the Bogtrotters deep into the Brodys Trust 22. Sorry for the background noise. As I said, I'm sat right next to the bar, but without a point in my hand. But Bogtrotters have got this ball now about halfway between the 22 and the try line. Hopefully they can make something of it. Game's got a little bit slower. The clock is about 3 minutes out, so coming up to 30 minutes in. Be interesting to see if they wait until half time to make any substitutes. I'd love a pint of Guinness, Doug. Chance for the Bogtrotters here now. Taken in the centre of the line out by Gavin. Trying to move it forward. Hobbs is moving forwards now, so they're moving forward. There in the background, we're professional here. It's again penalty advantage, but it looks like it's going to be play on. They're over the line. There's surely got to be a score. Try given. I'm not sure who grounded that. We'll have to see who gets up with the ball. Pretty sure that was Obsy there. As I said, he was always going to be a bit of a tank running in this team. Playing against him in Stenners back in the day, what a back row. But he's just scored for the Bogtrotters. So just showing Dougie how to change the score. So it's 17-14 with a chance of a further 2 more to come through. You'll have to excuse the sound of a can that we're opening here now. Courtesy of Rich Alford, the Bream chairman. Hopefully if you're at home, I know this is a family game, but if you can have a beer or you're enjoying the game, it's been a pretty good game so far. I hope I'm not spoiling it with my commentary.
No cake.
Yeah, Doug's just mentioned. Oh, Milner missed again. I think I'm going to have a chat about this in the bar later. That's 1 out of 3. Have you ever seen Andy kick as poorly as this? I was saying earlier, Doug, that many a time that he's knocked us out of competitions or out of games by that boo.
He don't normally miss them, does he?
He sure doesn't.
He's Mr. Reliable.
Thank you, Rachel, for telling me I'm doing a fab job. I feel like I'm talking too much, but it's hard to judge kind of like how much commentary to give. I think Chris is signalling for a new ball. It must be because Biggie sat on it, but it's coming across now. So back to Brodys Trust now. Bogtrotters are now in front, 17-14. Good, more solid catch by Morgs there. Passed it back to Rob Klein, who's set it up now. Out to Brady, out to Milner. Surely he's going to clear his lines now. Class kick. That's what I expect from Milner. You know, that's the sort of thing that he does on a weekly basis for Drybrook and has been doing for probably 20 plus years. But really good, solid kick there from Milner to relieve a lot of pressure from the Bogtrotters. Looks like they're struggling to get the ball back there. I'm hoping Aaron, who's on the side there, helps out with Brodys Trust. As I said, Brodys Trust is a sensory room or sensory building. So there's rooms there for people or adults or children with special needs that can go there with their families and spend some time there. So if you do get a chance, we're going to try and send a link in part of this, what we got, but equally if you can just look at Brodys Trust. Speaking to Nikki earlier on, it's not just about donating. Rugby, there's tons of us that have got trades. There's all sorts of jobs that need to be done there. So if you're skint, don't worry about that. You can volunteer time. There's still plenty to be done. But back to the action now. Bogtrotters deep inside the Brodys Trust 22. Just kick forward. Well recovered there by Brodys Trust. I thought that was going to be a mistake that might lead to a try, but they managed to somehow rescue that. I think there's a few people there praying for half time there, but it's starting to look as though Bogtrotters are coming back on top for a bit. But I know there are plenty of subs on this Brodys Trust side, including you know, their main man Chris Allen, who's hopefully going to come on. He might stand around a lot, as his daughter's put on my notes here. And yes, I do agree what she's written down. His daughter's much better. I definitely agree with that. So back with the Bogtrotters now. Again, Obsy pretty much central, working with Liam. There's Morgs. Morgs played his 450th cap for Drybrook recently. What a record that is. And I think he's got several Bogtrotters caps. I wish Hayden Robbins would have played this well when he played for Bream. He scored 2 tries and he's actually catching and passing the ball, which is a bit of a shock to me and commentary here, but he's playing well, the young lad. Telling me that he wasn't loving rugby at the beginning of the game today. I'm hoping that this might re-spark something in him and that he's able to go for some really strong, solid play by Jimbo Jones then, getting his side out of a lot of trouble playing at loose head prop there. Trying to run it about. I love the adventure from this side. Some amazing rugby. Just trying to fling it around. Real bar style rugby here from Brodys Trust team. Not hanging around. Just like to play more freely. A little bit of a different style compared to the Bogtrotters, who I would say play a traditional style. This Brodys Trust side, they've not played together. Want to fling it around. You can tell what Chris has been saying in the changing rooms, just told the boys to have a bit of fun and go with it, and playing pretty well. Few subs that I've missed there. I'm looking for number 20. Oh, it's not Dan Gamlin. I know Dan Gamlin really well. I wish I knew the names, but there's a number 20 on there playing on the back row. I'm going to have to see kind of who that guy is there, but he looks like he's enjoying fun. I haven't clocked anybody else. I've got 22 there who's playing 17. That's Gareth Holdsworth, who's an ex-Ross stroke Drybrook player. Got both socks on there just in case you kind of missed both Ross and Drybrook socks there. Good player. Still had many a tussle in the centre with that fella. Always good to watch him. Solid scrum again. Back to Brady. Aaron with a pretty reliable boot there. I thought that was going to bounce out then for a 50-22, but it's been picked up by the Brodys Trust 15, I think it is. Made quite a bit of ground then. Kept his feet out with the touch as well. Ooh. Gavin really disciplined then in not getting in too late. Still got it. Still with Brodys Trust. Yeah, he's coming in from all over the place. Dougie's just, reminding me Zach Hancock's coming in. I knew he wouldn't play very long out on the wing there. He was never going to do it. Let's see if he gives a penalty away. There we go. In typical Zach Hancock style. Penalty given. And Bogtrotters are straight off. That was Duff there going forward. Still got it. Told me he's played quite a bit for Cinderford Turds. But the Brodys Trust team have turned it over. Oof, good tackle there by number 14 on this side. Bit of a comment in the background. There's lots of Guinness Zero and Guinness being sold here today, but good to see people here. Stands looking a little bit emptier than what I thought they were going to be, but I understand there were a lot of presentation evenings. Aaron Ryder's off straight away, not hanging around. Runs straight into trouble though. Not 10 though. Oh, I think he got away with that one then, Aaron. What did he deliberately run into him then, do you think? I don't know. He's allowed to do it. Surely not going for posts.
No.
Hopefully going for touch. I would hate to see somebody go for posts in this game. I know it's a close game and it's meant to be a friendly game. Ooh, again, Milner not making touch. I think he's going to get a duff point in the bar, but Brodys Trust are coming out. Linking up well again. Some good tackling there by the Bogtrotters, not allowing them to get out of trouble. Some good counter-rucking, but I think Chris isn't enjoying that. Calling the captain across there now. Few achy bodies there, wanting to get to half-time, I'm looking at. Subtle word with both skippers there. I think it is about, you know, just trying to get let the game flow. You know, Chris is a man that doesn't like the sound of his own voice. Cracking referee, but will be very clear and won't let things go. But will want an open game. So hopefully, we keep discipline on both sides. So penalty to the Brodys Trust team. That should see them clear their lines. But no, they're running it. I love the style. As I said, typical Barbars rugby. Running it forward. Seems to be working for them at the moment. Cracking pick up there. Absolutely amazing. And he's in space. Give it straight back to the Bogtrotters team. Is Brady going to be able to get them out of trust again? Hayden's caught 3 balls in a row. I'm getting worried here. Playing advantage to the Bogtrotter side. Let's see if they can make the most of it. I think Aaron's a little bit isolated. Oh, ball whipped away, but we're back to that penalty. Just a few minutes to go in this first half. It's been pretty frenetic and it's been pretty fast-paced, but a really good game of rugby. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't know what the Brodys Trust side was going to be. Some really good players that have really come and wanted to play. I'm used to seeing this Bogtrotter side. Always going to be a good side. You know, it's a privilege to play for them. And Morgs has always been really good. Is that the third Mr. Touch in a row now, Doug? Helping me out here on commentary. Not punished for it, though. They've got the ball back. Oh, there we go. There's the silky hands of Aidan Robbins. I'm taking the mick out of him, but he's having a cracking game. Oh, Biggie, I thought you were going to go then. Still waiting for this matchup between Biggie, Elliot T, who's playing at 13 for Bogtrotters, against Duncan Adams, who's playing at 13 for Bream. Those two used to play together at Bream. I'm looking forward to a little bit of contact between those two, but we haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen Biggie in any space so far today. Looking good, though.
Duncan's done his one and only drive.
Us old boys at Bream, we used to have set a stop clock, and I was almost going to do that today to see how many times or how many minutes he would have either his hands on his hips or with one knee on the floor. It's a typical trademark thing of Dunk. If he was fit, he'd be one of the best back rows or number 8s in the Forest, but he doesn't like fitness too much. But there we go, Bogtrotters turned it over again. Kicked into space then by Milner. Oh, I think they might get away with that one. Is that a Zach Hancock's back there? Oh, there's a surprise. Oh, it wasn't Zach that knocked it on then. Number 9 there for Brodys Trust. Ross Hickory making a mistake there, deep inside their own 22. As I said, you can tell play is slowing down. Look at how long it's taken these old guys to get to this scrum. I can't comment. I'm a prop myself, and it would take me absolutely ages to get to a scrum these days. So fair play to the boys that are out there. I shouldn't take the mick. Doing a pretty grand job there. And really good, strong, solid scrums. And I've seen plenty of scrums from the sidelines this season. I've not seen one quite as flat as this. You know, both sides, you know, really good technical scrummaging from both sides here. Nice flat backs there. As I say that, the scrum collapses, but Hobbs is away. Oh, you got class thing. Lovely try there by Brady, but I think Hobbsy made that one. He'll enjoy that one in the bar late. You could smile a little bit more there, Liam, but I think it just shows that it's business as normal. There's the smile. He's probably got to pay a tenner for scoring a try late. That's probably why he's sulking about it. But Hobbsy made that one with a storming run, and Bogtrotters have added 5 points to their score. Let's see if Milner has got his kicking boots back on and he's able to convert this one. Just see young Dexter Hamlin there in the background. Waterboy for the Bogtrotters. He's been doing it for years now. Ooh, that one only just scraped through, but still all the same, it's still over. Score now just before half-time is 24 points to 14 to the Bogtrotters. Bogtrotters appeared to be back in control of this one, but with this Brodys Trust side, you never know because they do seem to be wanting to fling the ball about and play the game. Yeah, do you think that's going to make a lot of difference on this pitch, though? It's really weird when you run out on the Cinderford pitch. It's an artificial pitch, but it's like it's covered in loads of rice, little pellets. But lovely pitch. And thank you for Cinderford for helping and supporting us to play the game here today. Much help, and thanks for the live stream and kind of helping us to set up us amateurs in the dugout here, trying to comment on the game. Really good at Cinderford. Hopefully a lot of money being raised on the gate. Brodys Trust have got that one back. There could be a comeback here. Be great to score just before half time to make it 21-24. It would be exciting, but we've had lots of games here or lots of gameplay here and a scoreline that's going around. Oh, what a lovely show and tell there by Jack Sopper there in the back line. Oh, good tackle there on the wing from the Bogtrotter side. Again, some cracking play for this Brodys Trust side, just showing they're not out of it yet. I think they could do a lot, and you think about the ammunition that they've got on the bench. Taken quickly, back in, just short of the line. Oof. Lucky there not to get penalised, the Bogtrotters there. Got to be a try, surely. Yeah, try there. We'll see who it is when they get up, but try there for Brodys Trust. Just like I wanted. That should hopefully get the ball back on. You can see the Bream youngsters there getting some water on for the Bogtrotter side. Nice to see the young lads there. If any youngsters want a game of rugby, I think it's under 9s or under 10s that we've got now at Bream. Really small junior section compared to most. But we'll see now if Dylan Pearce can convert this. Try now, it's right out wide. He looks like he's a right-footed kicker, so at least it's on his good side. We'll see what he's made of now. See if he can put all that spinning practice into action and those Strictly Come Dancing moves that he loves. See if he can slot this one over. Looks like a good effort. Oh, he's got that one. Cracking conversion there. That's made it an interesting game. If it was interesting out already, but I think that might be half-time unless they've just brought the water on. It looks like they're levelling it up at half-time. Water's on. Just going to pause the game. But yeah, good to see both sides playing. Both sides, I think, Doug have come here to play. Some good rugby. Yeah, you know, if you thought this was going to be a dull game full of knock-ons or just a game of big hits, I haven't seen too many big hits yet so far today, but some lovely flowing rugby, some good solid scrums. Be interesting to see kind of what changes people make at half-time. But yeah, both teams firmly in this game. I don't know which direction the wind's coming from, but the rain is definitely coming through. As you can see, that's Ellis there helping me out on the video camera today, doing a grand job, making sure that you're all involved in today's game. Really sorry that we haven't had a chance to cue any music up. We had all sorts of ideas to kind of have music playing in the background and have music coming on when people scored tries. But some really good, solid rugby there. Going back to Brodys Trust, as I said, it's in Lidbrook. Was talking to Nikki, who's was Brodys' mom, and kind of she's saying that they've done a soft opening. So if you know anybody that's got a child or a youngster with sensory needs that needs to go to a sensory space, or if you just need to go and relax somewhere as a family, do get in touch with Nikki and her team. great facility that they're trying to build in the forest. I used to have to travel with work up to places like Worcester, and used to have to pay a lot of money. And as you can imagine, if you're supporting people with really complex health needs, costs can mount up when you're not able to work, when you've got to travel, when you've got to pay medical expenses. There's all sorts of costs there. So what Brodys Trust are trying to do is keep the costs down, make sure that the facilities are in the forest, so you're not travelling down to Bristol or up to Worcester or further afield. And it's about the environments. They're not just about the people with special educational needs that go there. It's a place for family, and I think that Nicky's trying to run all sorts of things from the centre that they're creating to support not just individuals but also their circle of support and other people that are involved there. So I'm not really selling it much. Really look on the website. I think it's a fantastic cause. It's something that's definitely needed in Gloucestershire. It's nice to see the old Joy's Green School being used, and I'm sure that the community in Lidbrook and Joy's Green will embrace the setup that they've got there, and will make sure that it's supported. But as I said, if you can make a donation today, I don't want to keep going on about money, but I just want people to remember that's why we're here today. I'm hoping you can log on to Brodys Trust and you can make a donation there. But as I said earlier, it's not just about money. We're a rugby community. Plenty of you have got trades. Speaking to Nicky earlier, if you can just volunteer, there's still plenty of jobs to do there. There's still lots we got to do to get this building fully over the line. So if you're a tradesman, you can help out. But I also want to thank, there's tons, if you look on the website, tons of local companies that have already sponsored time, sponsored equipment, sponsored electricity stuff, chairs, office equipment, all sorts of things. So for the companies that have already done that, and there's too many of you to mention, fair play and well done. But just please, even if you just give a fiver today, I think this is a cracking game of rugby we're watching here. I mean, we went down to Lidney the other week and we got charged God knows how much to get in. And, if you go up to Gloucester, yeah, it's a good standard of rugby, but I think this is fun to watch. So do, if you can, try and help out, and let's get this across the line as a Forest group. And thanks for the players from Bristol as well coming up. So it's a whole Gloucester and Bristol thing going on today, but it looks like we're going to see a good second half here. I think you'll have to excuse me, I can just see two Bogtrotters substitutions coming on. So Stan Hardy's come on, and I can see Ash come on in the second row, and also Dan Lewis. I'm just trying to see other a few substitutions for the Brodys Trust side. I can see 18 Daniel Lloyd, I think, is there. I've got him down here as a house packing king. I don't know what the hell that means by what I've been given here as notes. I'll look around, see if we can see any other changes, but quite a few there. There's a 26 from the Bogtrotters there, playing on the wing. But it looks like both teams have tried to make quite a few changes. One person that I can see there is Andrew Wintle, and they were saying that he's the oldest player on the pitch, but he's not for the Bogtrotter side. Neil Morgs tried to make it sound like he was older, Wince, but I think Morgs is a little bit older by about a month or so. So even though Wince looks a little bit older there with his grey hair, Morgs is definitely the oldest kid on the Bogtrotter side. Interesting thing, Morgs had to play a forfeit earlier on, so he got to roll a dice in the shirt presentation, and he's got to have the Bogtrotter symbol, which is a wild boar, tattooed to his foot. So I'm hoping he gets that done in time for Gibraltar, and I hope to see some sunny photographs of that. But fair play Morgs for being such a good sport. He's up in the line out there, good clean line out ball, back to Brady, back to Milner. looking in control here, this Bogtrotter side. Some really slick moves there to Jaden Hardy's also there for Bream. Just knocked the ball on, but unlike him, to be fair, he's only just come on. If you don't know Jaden, some sheer gas, this guy. Really good footwork and balance, and it will be good to see him on this massive pitch with some space and running the ball around. But his old man there, 77, Stan, is playing on the back row. I think he's played literally everywhere in the field for Bream over the last few seasons. Was our organiser in the twos, had a fantastic few seasons in resurrecting Bream twos, did a great job, and still able to support and help out. Bit of banter there between Brady and Ross at scrum half. That scrum's not looking as solid as it did first half. You can tell there's a few substitutions been made. Lovely kick there. Oh, they're taking it quickly. They're going to run. Let's see if Jay gets some space. Go on, give him the ball, give him the ball. Don't let me down now, Jaden. A little bit of space here. Still going there. Made a good 20 yards, passed the ball on. Bogtrotters still got the ball moving forward. Oh, good jackal there. Grant's changed over refereeing now, I think, giving Chris a little bit of a break. I'm guessing he's going to be a refereeing assistant. Oh, looks like they were in there. Oh, little bit of impeded play there, but still going on. Out to the backs. Biggie with that goose step there and boshing one people off. Oh, didn't manage the second one. Still kept the ball alive though. Out to Aaron. Little jink there. Still going strong. Seem to be tackling him really high, Aaron, today. I don't know whether it's the style that he's running. Out to Ben Lewis there. Not quite over the line, but in control. Oh, Brady was never going to give Stan that ball. Let Stan take the glory. Still trying. Oh, it's gone backwards. Almost saw a famous Stan handoff there. But got penalised, I guess, for holding on to the ball there. Just trying to look at other people that I've missed that have come on. I'm trying to think. There's a young guy, and I'm really annoyed because one player from the Bogtrotters who's got a scrum hat on. I knew he would put a scrum hat on. It's kind of there. I'll try and find out who that is in a minute. Yes, Craig Harris, who's come on, a Berry Hill player there in the scrum plaque at number 20. Can see the Berry Hill shorts there. Been playing mainly this year for Berry Hill. Good take again. Seemed to be going to Morgs a lot in the line-outs, not surprisingly. Good solid ball. Thought they were going to nudge it forward. But out to the backs. Biggie trying to play the game today. That was a little bit of a high tackle there, but they got away with that, the Brodys Trust side. Milner seems to be getting into his rhythm now. Hopefully that'll transfer into all the bits and space there. Oh, great try there. Is that the skipper, Morgs? He'll be happy with that one. Well worked there. Great Craig. Is Craig Harris, is that Billy's boy or? Yeah. So I think Billy was there in the crowd today. I saw him come up, but yeah, it's nice to see him playing. Billy played obviously a really good standard of rugby in Berry Hill, and it's nice to see his boy has got a chip off the old block there, I think. Well, nice to see Bogtrotters playing a little bit more like the Brodys Trust side this second half. They're trying to throw it around a little bit more. Still a little bit of structure there. Let's see if Milner's got his kicking boots on. Be interesting to see how long they stick with Andy, and then if they swap it to Aaron, but I'm sure they'll stick with Milner there. That looked a little bit sweeter off the ground. Not given though. It looked a better kick to me, that one. Bogtrotters look like they're moving forward with the game a little bit more here. We'll see if Brodys Trust can equal this up. I'm sure they can. It's been a pretty equal game so far, so good to see. I hope you've all got a drink. My pint of Guinness is going down lovely. Big shout out to Richard Alford for buying me that. Straight to Ben Lewis. Still playing, I think. I always think of Ben being a young lad, but I think he's in his mid-40s now. But when we were playing, he was definitely a youngster. Interesting fact about Ben, played over 200 games for 2 clubs. So played 200 games for Berry Hill and 200 games for Lydney, which that's, some achievement. And on top of that, also played elsewhere, different county sides, I know. Played a really good standard of rugby, Ben. And a lovely bloke to boat. Kicked off there, Liam Brady getting the Bogtrotters side out of trouble.
On the other hand, Duncan Adams is trying to play for 200 clubs.
Agree with that, Doug, if you didn't hear that. There's a few people on the pitch, like Duncan Adams. I'd love to know how many clubs he's paid for. It must be 20.
He's got Velcro bags on his blazer.
Yeah. A good Velcro bag. There was somebody else from, I'm sure it's their number 9. So, Ross Hickory, I'm sure Chris was telling me that you've been one of them blokes that never settles down and has played for God knows how many clubs, but it's kind of interesting that some people stay like Morgs with the main team most of their career and some people move around. Hey, just play rugby where you enjoy it, but it's their opportunity straight away. Oof, wait, that was a big old gap there for number 8. That was Harry Pearce. I am guessing that the Pearces are all a big family from... they look like they're all wearing Bristol Harlequin socks. If you're not, lads, you're not part of a family, I do apologise for it now, but I think even if there would have been some traffic there, it would have been pretty hard to stop Harley from that far out, but there was some space there and he exploited it. And from a commentator's point of view, just what we wanted, a nice score here to bring the scores back closer together, not hanging around there. Lovely to see an 8 there having a drop kick and being successful. Lovely celebration. Sorry, Harley, we haven't got any music to celebrate that, but cracking drop kick from an 8. Must have played some rugby there or thereabout around. What a close scoring game this is, 29-28. That could be going absolutely anywhere at the moment. Let's see what happens in the rest of the game. We're just trying to work out the scores. We might have made a mistake. I might just get Doug to check on the scoreboard that's outside that we're not operating. Because it's not something we want to get wrong with the score being so close today. Back to the Brodys Trust side. Ooh. Was that intentional, that kick? I'm not so sure, but it's landed straight in Milner's lap. Gone forward from Treherne, playing at full-back there. Doug's just gone to check the score. We're agreeing it's 29-28. We're trying to work out that happened. Oh, I thought Biggie was going to find some space and grab some running, but sensible thing there. Oh, a little bit harsh that, Grant, I thought, but letting the play go. Oh, try again. Was that, I'm guessing it was the 9, Ross, but I just want to check when he turns round. But good try there. Shows that the Bogtrotters can't afford to sleep in this game. They've got to keep playing. Just add thanks for that, Ellis. Ellis is just helping me out on checking the scoreboard. We got that lovely. Thank you, Ellis, for that. That's grand. Drop kick from that wide out. Oh, it was a bit low there. I love the effort there. Good try that from that sort of distance. Be good to see the Bogtrotters and if they do the same, you know. This Brodys Trust side ahead now, 33-29. So interesting to see how this pans out. A good 20 minutes, 25 minutes to go. So lots of action in this game of rugby here yet to go. Wouldn't want to predict, would you, Doug, where this cup's going to go? It's an open game. I just don't. I wouldn't want to call it. knock on, but Ashley's up straight on it. Ashley Jennings from been a player that's been around a bit. I think he's played for Drybrook, Westbury. Oh, Aaron didn't make the most of that there, a knock on, but I think the referee's playing advantage. Hope to see this scrum be a little bit more stable. Just going to go back to one replacement, and he's going to kill me if I do not mention him. Somebody that I play with many a time. Loosehead prop there, Jamie Donter, who's propping for Drybrook. Had many a tussle, always used to hurt my neck because the way he's scrimmaging style, but a cracking player, and looking forward to having a point with him in the bar in a bit. What is Zach Hancock's doing there? He's definitely not playing on the wing now. Nice to see him playing on the back row. Always exciting to watch Hank. Always loved him myself, but he does live right on the edge. And we're talking not Richie McCaw side. We're talking the wrong side of the edge. Stan, ooh, but the old leg's going to carry him over from that distance. I know the Stan Hardy I knew 10 years ago would have finished that one off. Maybe not got the legs these days to do it, but still out there. Still in helping out. Looking forward to the crack both here tonight and in Gibraltar. Lets his hair down, even though he hasn't got any. When he does play for the Bogtrotters, and good to see him still donning some rugby boots. Be interesting to see if we can get a line-out steal here. Oh yes, it was Morgs. I'm going to predict that it was going to be that. Not the best throw. It was a bit narrow. Hopefully we see a Bogtrotters try here. Sorry for the noise in the background there if it made anybody jump. Out to Brady. Aaron's going for a cross-field kick. Is Jaden going to catch it? Oh, eluded the one player, eluded the others. You ain't going to stop him from there, telling you that now. There's Jaden, the Jaden I know, scoring in the corner. Well done there, Jaden. That's made it even more interesting. Hopefully we get a try, conversion here. If not, it becomes a 1 point game right out on the edge, so it'll be interesting to see who's kicking. I'm pretty sure on the last kickoff, I was going to say, I'm sure that I saw Aaron drop kicking, so it'll be interesting. Aaron, when the other team are drop kicking, you're going to take it from the ground. Not that I would want to take a drop kick that wide out. Let's see if Aaron can kick any better than Andy did. And I'm not having a go at Andy. Andy, you're a class kicker. Punished any side that I've ever played in against you with your boot. So not your best day off the boot today, but still some silky skills. I don't think Aaron got that either. It just shows how wide this pitch is if you can't see from the camera angle. Really big pitch, this at Cinderford. Once a long time ago I played fullback here and got shot by a sniper. Covering the ground at fullback is a nightmare, and the dead ball area used to be the size of a 22, so a really huge, I think it had the second highest posts in England, and it was one of the second biggest pitch behind Twickenham, wasn't it, at some stage? Good to see Cinderford flying the flag for the Forest. Always appreciate them as a club. You know, and local industries like Bell's supporting their local community. I know a lot of the boys work for them, and they've as a company they've put their money where their mouth is and kind of helped to support Cinderford. But it's also good for the Forest, because if you play a decent standard of rugby in the Forest, there's the opportunity not just at places like Hartlebury, but at places like Cinderford to develop and move things on. And I think, like they have done today, they're all about community and letting us come here today. So fair play to Cinderford, and a big shout out to the Cinderford management team and committee for letting us use the ground today. Lovely cafe up here at Cinderford that I think is open all day, most days, but hoping that we get to scab a free sausage roll from them later for promoting them, but I doubt we will. But they were helping me set up this morning, and a good bunch of lads, and always here with a bright smile on the face. They're rugby boys, and a lady that knows a fair bit about rugby as well, so try and get up here to support Cinderford if there's not a game on. It's good to see them flying the colours for local rugby. But going back to the game now, really close game. Bogtrotters slightly in front now, but it looks like Brodys Trust team have got the ball deep inside the 22 now. Hopefully they can make the most out of it. This game is swinging from side to side. I think the 10 there is a little bit isolated, but he's managed to get the ball back. Jack Sopper still moving on through 7 Archie Britt, who's I think had a quiet game, but he's seems to come into his own now. I don't know actually, but I'm just looking at scrum half. Scrum half, I think, is Ross Hickley. I'm guessing he's got a 16 shirt on because he couldn't fit into the 9 shirt. But we've all been there and done that. He's called Mr. Rugby Personality for his local club. But here comes Duncan Adams. Oh my God, we're never going to hear the end of that try. But whether he's lost 22 kgs or not, still a good try. Pretty hard to stop Duncan from that range out. Yeah, a solid guy, really good hands. Played for the Bogtrotters a few times, but nice to see him back. I haven't seen him play much for Lydney this year. I think he's playing for Lydney at the moment. Or is it Old Crips? I never know where he is. I think he's got Lydney socks on there, but you know, he got it as well. So yeah. Well done, Duncan Adams there. Biggie just taking the mick out of him. I still want to see those two in open play. Biggie should have been watching that because we know Duncan Adams from old, and he was always gonna probably take that pitch. Getting really confused because we got 2 streams here now, but we're all good. This is how professional Cinderford Rugby Club is. We got a replay screen next to us, so if we did miss something, we could look at it. My first go at commentating today, kind of just giving it a go, trying to help Aaron and Morgs out. For those of you who couldn't make it today, just trying to help you watch the game, give you a little bit of psychic. Looks like he's struggling there. Who's that number 18? I've got David Lloyd. He's the, as I said, house packing king is the notes that I've got next to him. I haven't seen, have you noticed Dan Gamlin on there, Doug? For the record, Doug's here with me, and I think, did you sponsor Dan last year? And he played all 2 seasons ago. Did he play like 30 minutes? 30 minutes. So at Broome, we sort of, there's a player sponsorship, and you sponsor a player, and they get loads of kit, and kind of we look after them. So Dougie sponsored Dan, and I think you got 30 minutes out of him pre-season, didn't you? But I'm hoping he plays a little bit more today. I haven't seen him just yet. Good, strong, solid carry there by the 12, which is Lee Perham.
Chris hasn't come on yet.
No, Chris. I'm hoping that Chris comes on. Ooh, what a cracking kick that was. Was that Bogtrotter's kick there? That's got to be a 50-22. Just wait and see what the lino says. Yeah, 50-22. Didn't see you kick that. Can we have a look on that screen and see you kicked it? Scrum off. So our scrum, I say ours. Was that Liam?
No, that was
Oh,
Brodys Trust.
Brodys Trust scrum off. He's having a cracking game. Shows how much I know about commentating. It is this Jack Hickley. I'd love to know a little bit more about him because he's you know, it's not my decision who gets man of the match, but he's playing a cracking game of rugby here. He's you know, that was a typical example of the skill set he's got. Love to know where he played. I'm guessing, I know we got a few boys up from Bristol Imperial, not a side that I've ever heard of, if I'm being frank, but is Jaden again. I wouldn't show him on the outside like that. Still got the ball out there. Can the Bogtrotters recycle this? So just for a reminder, if you can't see the score, it's Brodys Trust 40 and Bogtrotters behind on 34. Close game, it could go anywhere still. There's Biggie with one of those trademark runs. Got caught there, it took 3 players to stop him. Bray's gone to the blind side there. Out to that space, Jaden. Interesting to see what he does here. Ooh. foot in touch. Chris spotted that. He's not going to let that go, and that's fair. To be fair to Chris, we've had him as a ref for probably 20 years. Great. I always thought great communication skills, Chris. Never doubted where you were. You didn't always agree with him, but you couldn't argue with him because he literally would tell you everything. Ben Lewis coming back on there. Doing a little bit of a giraffe walk there. That's Dan Lewis going off. Had his 20 minutes. Really helped Bream out this year when we've been in a tight spot. Turning up. Is Chris going to get on, do you reckon? I'm not seeing it. So, Gary Brick looks like he's coming back for on tight head for the Brodys Trust team. And number 6, Daniel Pearce, coming back on. Some good, strong runs by the 2 guys going off. I think I'd love to know the one guy with the bald head there. He had a little bit of a run down the touchline. Cracking game of rugby there, fella. I'll try and find your name out in the bar later. Ooh, that one went back this time to the Brodys Trust team, just outside of their own half. Oh, we're never going to hear the end of this. Duncan Adams coming into his own here. Oh, good offload. Biggie's missed that one. Is Jaden going to get through? No. Oh, we're going to have a words about that one later, Biggie. As we were saying, just going from side to side, it really looked, Doug, I thought, that Bogtrotters were in complete control of this game. And it just shows, as we said, you can't write it off. And fair play. I'm trying not to be biased. I'm a Bogtrotters fan. I'm sat here with a Bogtrotters t-shirt on. Would love to help Aaron and his family out in what we're doing in Morgs. But fair play to this Brodys Trust side. They've come up here to play. Chris has assembled Bino, as lots of people know him, assembled this side, and they're playing some open, flowing rugby, and they're giving it a go. And I think taking it a little bit more seriously now. There ain't no drop kicks from the floor now. I think, the conversion's there. I think in the last 10 minutes of this game, it could get a little bit more serious. Yeah, it is. Score 47 to Brodys Trust, 34 for the Bogtrotters. As a semi-neutral, I'd love to see the Bogtrotters score now. I think it would make it a really interesting last 10 minutes. If the scores come back, but we'll see what the Bogtrotters can do. See how they're going to move this forward. See what changes Morgs and Aaron are going to make in the last 10 minutes, and see how we move it forward. Did that go 10? I don't think it did. Scrummage back. I don't think they're too happy about that, the Bogtrotters, but Chris perfectly right there. I don't think that went 10 at all. Still looking for Dan Gamlin. I still think he's hiding.
I haven't seen him on the sideline.
Ash is a big lump. Oh, just some outside news. Is that Hearts against Celtic? And that's for whoever wins that is champion. Is that right?
Hearts and Media draw. Scottish Premiership.
But Scottish Premiership results, if you are interested in football, good game to watch that. But I'm hoping that you're online with me watching this one. Not quite Bath Bordeaux this, but pretty similar colours, but a pretty good standard of rugby. I'm enjoying it. It's been a privilege to be with you today. I hope I haven't annoyed you all by my commentary. Gutted we couldn't get any music. First scrum penalty that I've seen today. So that scrummage that was pretty stable earlier on looks like it's creaking a bit. Ref's still playing advantage. Brady got hold of him there. That's nice to see Liam getting around the park. But we are going back to scrum to a penalty advantage. Sorry about the language in there, the background there. I know we're a family show, but to be fair, I don't think people know that we're locked in this dark room here. On which note, as does a 22. Look, excuse me, look. Can I have a Guinness and a Guinness Zero, please?
Yeah, one sec.
Cheers. Right, just making sure that I'm hydrated there. A few, well, you could see this happening a mile off with 10 minutes to go. It's all about giving everybody a game for this Bogtrotter side, but, you know, bringing players like Obsy back on when you're 2 tries down, you could see things like that happening.
It may be a fun game, but they both want to win.
Yeah. They definitely both want to win, both of these sides. And it's good. You know, I think if you play rugby and you don't play it properly, that's when people get hurt. I think it's been played in the right spirit, but let's make no mistake, this, you know, is good, hard, solid rugby there. Aidan Robbins just come on again. Pretty good talent. That was one of the best hits that I've seen so far today from Brodys Trust. Penalised. Do you think that was for taking it over the 90 degrees? I'm not going to argue with, the referee there. You know, I need my glasses on to look at it, but I thought that was a bit harsh. But just watching the replay again, yeah, I think it was his momentum. Oh, there was me talking about it being a wide pitch, and it's just been kicked out of the back there. Again, that's going to be somebody's point later, I'm sure. Cheers. What's your name? Sorry?
Jess.
Jess, just bringing me a pint here.
£7.20, please.
Cheers, thank you. Got to get things properly here. I take it you're on Guinness Zero, Doug?
Yeah. Jaden, that was. Kicked it dead. Cheers, mate.
That was Jay that kicked it dead. Oh, that might be a duff pint later on. Could that be the opportunity that loses them the game? I don't think so with 7 minutes to go. But I think a penalty deep down in the other person's half would have been probably a better result there for them. But let's see what happens here. Brodys Trust. I'm loving that inside ball back in. They've used that a lot today. Seems to be caught up there though, but they've recycled it back. That worked out. Lovely little chip there. Can he look for players around him? Well, people are going to tackle this 8 first. Oh, unlucky there by Morgs. I thought he was going to be away there, but out to touch. Again, this Harley Pierce, you know, playing 8. You know, to me, some standout players from this Brodys Trust side at 8, 9. You know, for the Bogtrotters. Liam, I think, has had a cracking game, and I think Obsy and Morgs, you know, stealing line-out balls has been good. This 14, Doug, I should know who he is. I'll have a look on my phone, but a drive-up player, we played with him absolutely loads. I'll come back to it. Let's get back to the game. Yeah. I know Tom's out there, but I think he was playing at fullback. He went off, but I think he's just come back on. But probably is. But there's another big carry there by Biggie. Still want to see that contact. Oh, Liam there, almost intercepted, but Morgs has rescued him. Liam out to Stan, out to Obsy. Oh, you don't want to be tackling Hobbsy that high, but they've turned it over. Lee Clark, Dougie's just informed me, which is good. Good kick through from Biggie there. Oh, this could be a try for the Bogtrotters if he collects it. He does. Ooh, little bit of harsh play there. I don't think there was any need for that, but yeah. That was a little bit naughty there by Brodys Trust there, that little trip. I don't think there was a need for it. Didn't stop anything. I don't think they clocked it, but Jaden's taken over kicking duties now.
On the replay. Yeah, trip.
Definitely a trip there. You know, I'm not having a go from the player, but something that I don't like seeing full stop. But in a game like this, a bit of foul play there, especially when I think both sides have played this in the spirit that it was meant to be played. I hope Nikki's enjoying herself with Lexi, who's Nikki's daughter, and that you feel that Brody's smiling. But 39 to the Bogtrotters, 47 to Brodys Trust. So 8-point game to make it interesting. And I don't know. I think that clock is right. I think there's only 3 or 4 minutes. It's a big ask for the Bogtrotters to come back from here. Doable, but I think they probably need to score in the next minute or so to take it right to the wire.
So ref given a penalty from the kickoff.
Be interesting to see if the ref agrees with me. Oh no, he's just put time on with that trip, but it's there. We're all good. Kickoff seems good. Oh, I thought that bounced then. Oh. No, he's given it. We're going to look at the replay. I'm not arguing with the officials here. I think they've done an amazing job today. And it's all right for us sat here watching the video at home, and Ellis helping me out here with the screens and the angles. But I thought that bounced myself. Yep. Hit the line. Hit the line out. Yeah, straight out. So, scrum to Bogtrotters. What we need for an exciting game, this. Trying to work out. Somebody's just come on for Liam Brady, playing 19.
Gets there. Oh, he's going to reset it.
Resetting that scrum. This scrimmage, it's kind of become a little bit loose. I am loving. Can we get the number of the guy there, number 19? And I should know his name, and I do. Wayne Williams used to prop against me for Ross. Always used to have a good tussle. Definitely looking forward to a point with a guy later. Talking to me, a bit like me, thinking he should give it up a bit of rugby, but he said he wanted 10 minutes today. He's playing in the second row rather than prop because both of us have had problems with our back, but he's still out there doing it. So that's to Wayne Williams, or Angry Wayne. You know, he's there, and he's come on for there. But looks like time is running out for the Bogtrotters. Morgs will not be happy with this. If I know something about Morgs, that he does not like losing. Charity match or not, as a skipper, I think I played with him twice on the same side, for once for a Forest team against the Gloucester team, and I think I played once with Drybrook with him, and he just does not like. It's not in his mentality. That's kind of what makes him who he is. Morgs does not like to lose. And sadly, unless the Bogtrotters can do something against the runner play here, I say sadly, it's been lovely to watch Brodys Trust play the game in the right frame of mind. This day is all about Brodie, and you know, I'm sure Nikki will be over the moon, and family, Lexi and all of the members of her family and friends will be great with a Brodys Trust win. Let's not count that down yet. There's still an opportunity here for the Bogtrotters, but to be honest, when we're looking at 8 points behind, I can't see the Bogtrotters getting out of here, especially now if Brodys Trust score a try by the person that it's not up to me, it's up to Nikki and her family to outline who's man of the match. But I have to say, I think you know, the 9 for Brodys Trust. Chris, is that literally 30 seconds there, Chris, that you've come on for? If they blow up now after he's just literally going to come on, I'm going to take the mick out of Chris, because that would be awful if he has. I wish I had a line through to Grant to say don't call time yet, and make Chris run around a little bit. I haven't seen Dan gambling either. 50 points. What a cracking game of rugby. You know, 90 plus points between the two. It's not a dull 12-6 penalty fest. Bogtrotters are still going to run out. They'll still want to play. We're still playing here. I think there's been a bit of injury time. Or I just think they want to make sure that Chris plays some rugby, hopefully. Ellis is just cleaning the screen again. Let's hope. I'm hoping that there's 5 minutes in it. I'd love to see Bogtrotters score again. It wouldn't make too much difference, but it would make it interesting. Oh, knock on there. It's Bogtrotters ball. Just what I wanted.
Chris's first involvement.
Yeah. I'm so going to take the mick out of him. He could get a shirt that fits there, Chris, but I can hardly talk. I bought a Bogtrotters shirt for a tenner just now, and it's a triple XL, and it still looks skinny fit on me, but it's there. Can they make the most of this? The Bogtrotters. There's Jay almost finding a gap through. Straight off his feet there, the Brodys Trust player, but got away with it. Oh, that could be it. That boy's got some gas, that 15, Dylan Pierce.
Still playing on.
Fans are definitely getting their money's worth. Just seeing the guy in the yellow hoodie in the background there, Dave Fizerden, usually a player for the Bogtrotters. Probably didn't fancy it today, but it would have been good to see him or his lads playing outside. Liam Brady's back on. Oh, almost out the back door then. They've kept it alive though, this Bogtrotter side. He seems to have got some gas, that 22. Standing there to help out. He's a bit on his own, but he's rescued that.
Got his arm out.
Yeah.
His big straight arm out.
That handoff was there. I think it's his class move. Need to recycle this. It's coming through the legs, old-fashioned style there. We're through. Oh, this is going to be in. Craig Harris there coming through. This is going to be interesting to see if the referee blows up now or whether he plays on. If he plays on, what a last 30 seconds, 2 minutes we could have.
Kick that, did he?
I'm pretty sure he got that over, but Ellis, if you are listening, can you have a look over to the scoreboard? We didn't quite see that, and whether it went over, we're guessing that it did.
Just checked on the replay.
We're all cool. Dougie's just double checked. So this makes it pretty thing. Chris, was that literally? Oh my God! If this is all you're going to do to make an appearance for one of these teams, Doug, me and you are going to have a game. Thanks, Ellis, for checking that for me. Yeah, 52-46. Please, referee, don't stop the clock now. Let's come on. Let's have a few minutes. I feel for Brodys Trust if they lose from here on in, but it would be great for the game. And onto your pants, guys. Right on the edge. Can the Bogtrotters pull this one back, or can Brodys Trust close this game out?
As many points as Bristol have put on them.
Yeah, I didn't see the Bristol game last night. Oh, penalty there. This could be it. This could be typical. I'm going to call it a Drybrook move, and this is the way that Drybrook build pressure. You can see somebody like Aaron. They're giving the ball to Jay. I hope Jay's not too greedy. Are they going to play it? Passing it to the 9. Are they going to kick? Because it's a penalty that, you know, they can kick out. They've got the line out, but it's interesting to see. I think time might be up. But, you know, you can kick out from a penalty. There's a player down there. I think that's why there's the stop in play here. Looks like he's proper hurt himself there. I know it's good to see Paul Hamlet, who's given the Bogtrotters, as always, a hand with the physio, looking after the Brodys Trust player. Hopefully he's okay. We'll check up with him later. Who's going to kick this off? Jay, don't be too greedy. He can kick the ball, this boy, but I'm just hoping he doesn't go too long.
Won't go dead from there.
Okay, I think, well, that looked, I'm dying to see that again from the replay, but I thought it was on the halfway, but good opportunity here from the Bogtrotters. This could be a grandstand finish here. He's always going to go there in the middle of the line out. I think by the look of it, Liam's playing 10, straight to Wobbsy. You knew he was going to be involved somewhere. Oh, who's playing 9? Ben Lewis coming in. Brady definitely playing 10 by the look of it. I can tell you now, Brady would have been on that like a shot. There's Harris again coming through. Oh, where's this 9? He's there, but oof. Biggie, come on, Biggie. You've been quiet all game. Out to Jaden.
He's He's in.
He's in. The boy's in. Oh! I hate to say it though, Jay. How many points is that? So they're 1 point behind. So I'm sure Jaden will be kicking this.
Yeah.
So it's from the touchline. What a finish we've got here. So Jaden Hardy, no pressure at all. A kick to win the game. He's probably wishing he'd have run in a little bit more now, but I can hear the air horns out there. I think it's gonna be this for the game. No, so I'm guessing the ref's going to blow up there now. Yeah, he's blown up. So from here, Brodys Trust won that 52 points to 51. What a close game. 1 point in it. Over 100 points scored. There's one winner there today, and it's Brodys Trust, but it's rugby. A great game of what I would call exhibition rugby. Both teams scrapped it out, and kind of. Brodys Trust coming on top by 1 point. What a close game. Really good.
Top game
yeah. I'm going to leave Dougie to try and find out who got man of the match. And then I can announce that. And we're going to be leaving you. I'd like to say it's been great to be a commentator. I don't know whether I've talked too much, talked too little. We had plans of having music when people scored tries. Doug's helped me out here, with 5 minutes notice, sorting out the scoreboards and looking at my feeds and whatever. Ellis has been up on helping me out with a video, and I think he's kept up. You can see why Cinderford employ him to video their games. We're not quite Sky Sports, but we've given it our best shot. And as I said, coming back to Brodys Trust before we find out who's man of the match and kind of look what's going on is the main bit today. So if you get a chance, donate. If you can't donate any money, I know times are hard financially for people at the moment. You can always donate time in whatever you do, but it is about trying to get this charity off over the line. Nikki, Lexi, I hope I've done you proud. And we get some money from the Lloyd feed. We're going to wait and see who's got man of the match. I'm guessing there's going to be a presentation. I'm guessing that's young Lexi on the shoulders of somebody there. It might not be, but I hope it is, because there's a win there for her. I've got to get into that Brodys Trust changing rooms later, because these boys, when they saw the Bogtrotters side, they thought they were going to get a right drubbing, and I think they came out, showed that rugby's 15 against 15, tried to fling the ball around, tried to play it, played the ground, and won the game. I think they deserved it. I think they just about scraped through, just because the way they played it. I have to say the Bogtrotters looked really structured, had a really good platform to work off. And we're kind of there. We're going to stay with you now. I'm going to have a sip of beer. I'm hoping that they're going to do the presentation out on the pitch. I'm hoping we're going to be able to see who has got, if they do a man of the match, it might be out here, it might be in the club. I'm hoping to see an appearance of Nikki. She'll be there about. It was lovely to see. I watched a video which made me realise what this is all about, when she's got a big numb hammer, and she was going through a wall. She's not a big girl. She was trying to join two rooms together. She puts her heart and soul into this, so I'm hoping that we see an appearance from her. I'd like to thank all three of the refs. Simon was helping me out with the scoreboard and getting set up. Grant, who was refereed the second half, and a really good friend of ours, Chris. I think you refereed the game in the right fashion. They're going up to have some photographs taken here. I'm going to take the mick out of Chris for getting into the photograph of playing, what was it, Doug, 30 seconds? If that. I think I could have made a longer appearance of that. You can tell these boys. Morgs was on about it when we were doing the shirt presentation. You know, a lot of boys from the Forest, a lot of boys from Bristol. I think everybody contributed to a fun game of rugby to watch. The referees and assistants helped with that. Having some photographs taken here now. Dan Gamlin, didn't see him do anything, but he's still been around encouraging some of those Bristol Harlequins players to play. I'm hoping we see Nikki. She needs to come across. I'm hoping that that's who they're waving down, just so you can see Nikki and the face behind this charity event and kind of what it's about. It is, yeah. I don't think he's playing for Berry Hill, but some lovely photographs there. Just waiting for Nikki. I'm hoping she's coming. No, just Aaron. Here's the cup now. So I thought when I saw this cup that it was it was the second year, but this is the first year, and we're trying to make this definitely a yearly event. I think if it's anything like this inaugural one, apart from your crap commentator and me, I'm sorry with a lack of music and feed through it. If it's a game of rugby like this, I think more people will be here next year. And I hope it'd be interesting to see how many people have viewed this online. I hope you've enjoyed. Rachel, Anis, thanks for giving me some feedback already. That's made me confident in moving things forward. I'm just waiting to see Ellis. Are they going to present the cup on the sideline here? I'm hoping that they are. We'll see. There's Nikki there with the red hair talking to Aaron. She's got the cup there, so I'm guessing they are. I think, Doug, the Bogtrotters will be gutted.
Yeah,
losing, especially by 1 point.
knowing all those players, none of them like to lose.
Yeah, looking around that group, it's a strong group of players. But, you know, that Brodys Trust side, I think, played a lovely style of rugby. I'm kind of almost, and the boys are going to kill me for saying this, and I hope I don't get a Bogtrotters tattoo or a forfeit, but for me, it's nice to see the Brodys Trust side win. I'm sure that's what family would have loved. But the Bogtrotters will move on. I know that they support a number of charities, so if you want to look up for charities with the Bogtrotters, they're always looking for support. They play regularly. I think they're out in the Gibraltar Sevens in the next few weeks. But hopefully you'll be able to see them in action in August. I think they're back. Ellis, is the cup there or thereabout? Is it underneath the posts? I don't know. I haven't seen where Nikki's gone. She's there. We're not sure. Sorry, guys. Again, as I said, we're not Sky Sports. I'm hoping that they're going to present it there. They might present it in the bar. I think it should be presented on the pitch. It's been a proper rugby game, this. Proper rugby game. Gutted about the rain. It would have been nice to have a bit of sun. It would have been nice. Plan A was for me to be up in the stands playing a bit of music over a loudspeaker and kind of chatting away and talking to the crowd. But I'm hoping there's some buckets out there, and I'm hoping we get some money in. But we're just waiting to see. Chris can talk for England more than me. He's probably having a good chat with the boys. But I'm hoping to see them come up in a minute. Whilst we're waiting for that, I'm going to thank, as I said, Ellis has been able to set me up on the sideline here, and Doug coming to give me some moral support and helping me with the scoreboard, and I've got hundreds of sheets of paper that I haven't had a chance to read through and with interesting facts, but Doug's been able to help out, and for guys giving me a beer. But here we go to the presentation. In the rain, sadly, but I'm sure especially the old boys won't be minding a bit of that rain. I'm sure they would rather be in the rain than in scorching heat. Yeah. Or that's the furthest I've seen Chris for all game, but big ask from Chris. Bino, as lots of people affectionately know him, to try and get this team together. I think they're doing a tunnel now to do the boys off. No, it's presentation. There we go. You can hear the air horns. Well done to Brodys Trust. If you can't hear the cheers outside, we can. Well deserved on winning that trophy. We look forward in the Forest to the rematch. I might even don a pair of boots myself for 5 minutes. I'm going to try and persuade the guy next to me to do the same. But here we go with a cup lift. There we go. Congratulations, Brodys Trust. From me, if you've been watching or watching later, thanks for sticking with me. And I'm just going to say equally thank you to Ellis, thanks to Doug, and thanks to all the staff here at Cinderford Rugby Club. We will leave you to it. Over and out.